What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like here today, please don't forget to subscribe at some point. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So today I'm bringing you what, just based off of pure popularity and overall desire to own, I'm bringing you the best men's fragrances to really get your hands on, even here in 2020. Let's talk about them. Stay tuned.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
So like I said before, this is going to be the most desirable fragrances. When you're first getting into fragrances, these are kind of building blocks. These are what people tell you smells great. This is what women are going to tell you they like to smell on a guy. These are the most popular ones. That's why they sell the most bottles. And today I'm bringing you those 7 fragrances. Let's get into this first one. So without a shadow of a doubt, this entire series is the most popular, highest selling fragrance of today. And that's the Dior Sauvage line. More specifically, the Eau de Parfum. This is a taste thing when it comes to the Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum, or the Parfum. Namely between the EDT and the EDP. With this being the EDP, in my opinion, this is the better one of the two. It's a little bit more well-rounded, still very loud, not quite as fresh, a little bit more spicy, but still lasts very long, projects pretty well, and this is a compliment factory. It just churns them out. Everybody loves the way this thing smells in the air. I say everybody, not literally everybody, but the majority of people do love the way this smells out in the air. It's a mega compliment getter. That's why it's the highest selling men's fragrance over the last several years. Most people are going to own a bottle of Dior Sauvage because women really like to smell Dior Sauvage on a man. Plain and simple. It's not for everyone, but it is for most. Dior Sauvage EDP. Next is a personal favorite of mine, actually. I kind of dubbed it the Swiss Army knife ever since the beginning of my channel because I truly believe it is just that. A lot of these fragrances, if you only need one, there's actually all of these. If you only need one fragrance, this particular one for sure can be that one fragrance year round for you. From Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Profumo. So the highest selling men's fragrance ever is the original DNA to this fragrance, Acqua di Gio. But it's been reformulated heavily over the years. It doesn't perform quite as well as it used to. It still performs pretty well on my skin. I do have a bottle that I wear from time to time. Another one that women just took to that smell. That's what made it so popular even to this day. But it's a bit dated at this point. It's been out for a very long time, over 20 years. This is a much more grown up and matured version. Performs a whole lot better and works in several seasons aside from just being a fresh fragrance that's best for the spring and the summer. This is one that's going to be a little bit more expensive than the original, but you're going to get what you pay for with it because this is a Parfum concentration. It does project better, it does last longer, and like I said, it's better in more situations and more seasons than the original. This is a must-have in everyone's fragrance, in my personal opinion. One of my personal favorite fragrances overall. If you only need one, Acqua di Gio Profumo can be that one fragrance for you. Now don't get me wrong, this next one, it's definitely a cold weather fragrance. Would I suggest someone wear this in the summer? No, definitely not. But if you work in a cooler climate, or you're in air conditioning, climate controlled settings most of your day, you can go easy on the trigger and do it then. But mainly in colder weather, this is another one, compliment factory. It's a machine. People love the way it smells. It's the most popular fragrance in its own line. It's from Viktor and Rolf, Spicebomb Extreme. The most popular grenade bottle of all the grenade bottles available. And that includes the original. Yes, the original is fantastic, but at the end of the day, this is even better. Jeez. The spices with the added vanillic sweetness that's in here and that already beautiful tobacco spice note, it performs even better. It lasts longer. It projects heavier. And the ladies love the way this smells. And you're gonna love the way this smells. I know I do. This is definitely my favorite in the line as well. It's made many lists for me in the past, and it will continue to make them in the future, because this is another one that is a must-have fragrance. Everything in this video here today is must-have. That's why it's in the video, because these are extremely popular, some of the most popular fragrances available on the market today. And that's not shortchanging Spicebomb Extreme. These aren't ranked by any means. There's no particular order. All of these could be a #1 on many different list type videos, especially something like Spicebomb Extreme. Arguably the best cold weather designer fragrance available. Next, another one that's arguably, I use that word sparingly, I try to anyways, the most popular fragrance from Prada. It's known as an office king. Fantastic for the office. Used in many other situations, but it kind of got dubbed that. But I can assure you, if you like soapy fragrances, you like fresh fragrances, you like them a little powdery, this is going to be a fragrance for you. It's from Prada L'Homme, the original Prada L'Homme. Very good performer. Reformulation bug has not destroyed this fragrance. And it just smells great. If you're a man that enjoys a soapy, fresh fragrance, because the iris mixed with the neroli in here is much more soapy than heavily floral. You know, is it the most masculine fragrance? No, not by any means. But if you like something that's not just pure spice and, you know, old school classic man masculine, you like something a bit fresher, a little bit different, Prada L'Homme is going to be that fragrance. This is much more modern man than a lot of the things your dad, your uncle, and your grandpa were wearing. They sell a lot of bottles of Prada L'Homme for very good reason. This can be that one fragrance. Those of you that watch Jersey Shore, prime example, situation. Every time you see him do his little spray, step into it, there's gifs and memes all over the internet about it. This is the bottle. Because I'd been dying to know, I kept seeing the meme, what is he spraying? And I did my research. It's Prada L'Homme. So we have a situation here, fellows. Prada L'Homme's the way to go. It's a great fragrance to have. Hope y'all don't tear me up in the comments too much, because I know not everybody's a fan of Jersey Shore. But situation approved. Prada L'Homme. Next, this is a love letter to old world style fragrances. Fougères, spicy, resinous, warm fragrances that can be signature. Can go year round, but in my opinion work better in spring, fall, winter, or classier, dressy, formal situations. And that's none other than Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This is in that must-have territory, just like the rest in this video. There's a link in the description below. If you haven't gotten your bottle yet, there is a free gift available by using the link, or you can go ahead and order your free sample if you have yet to try it. You can get samples of this for free through that link as well. I gotta tell you, one of my favorite fragrances to wear with a suit. Actually, my favorite fragrance to wear with a suit. It's beautiful. I like a good spicy fragrance. This has a lot of warmth and a little bit of, not too heavy of spice, but there's some warm spice to it. It's very woody, very resinous in the dry down. A beautiful lavender note up top to give you that old school barbershop feel without smelling too dated. It's a beautiful fragrance. It performs very well. It's not overpowering, but it's definitely not subtle. Goes for hours and hours. Highest of qualities. You get your money's worth with Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Another one that is just a must-have, even here in 2020. Next, this is, I believe, the most popular fragrance from this particular luxury brand. I think, I'm not certain of this, they've sold more bottles of this fragrance than any other fragrance they've offered, and they have many fragrances available from Roja Parfums. This is Elysium, Parfum Cologne. Very versatile, not cheap by any means. Decent performance, not winning any awards for a longevity king, but gonna last longer than 5 hours for sure than most fresh fragrances, because this is definitely a fresher aromatic fougere. This is very fruity, very citrusy. It has a little metallicness up top. It's very, very beautiful. And Another one that's a compliment machine. It churns them out. People love the way this smells. It's extremely versatile for a fresh fragrance. This can work in many situations. This can be as casual as you would like. You can go as formal as you would like. Versatility is thy name when it comes to Roja Parfums Elysium Parfum Cologne. This fragrance is fantastic, and you can actually get it for a pretty good price using the Venba link down below. They're still expensive, but it's better than paying retail because this is a very expensive fragrance. High-end luxury, niche fragrances from Roja Parfums. You get what you pay for with it. Gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance that everyone should try. And most people really want to get their hands on it. It's very sought after. It's very popular. They do sell a lot of bottles of Roja Parfums Elysium Parfum Cologne. And last but not least, at some point, everybody gets bit by the bug of wanting to try this, whether it's getting a sample, a decant, or batch hunting. At some point, even in 2020, you want to get your hands and your nose on Creed Aventus. This is a 19S11 batch from last year. I have not smelled any of the newer batches. I haven't smelled any of the older batches. Just the one, and it's a fantastic fragrance. It really is. I do love the way this smells. There are a lot of clones and alternatives to this fragrance out there. But at the end of the day, and this is the God's honest truth, if you want to smell and smell like Creed Aventus, you need to get your hands on Creed Aventus. There's a lot of things that smell just like it. I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of clones and alternatives to this fragrance. But I do feel this is an experience everyone should have. I'm not saying rush out and buy a bottle. There are some great prices from Venba. If you do want to get a bottle, it's less than half the price of retail. So it's a lot better than paying retail, trust me. But if you want to get your hands on this one, do it. Try it out. At the very least, get yourself a sample and try it, because you've heard, once you started getting into this hobby, you've heard the hype. You've heard about it. You're wondering, you're pondering, what's all the hype about? You want to see for yourself. You don't want to like it because it's so hyped and so expensive. Then you smell it, you end up liking it because it is that good. It's a very, very good fragrance. Don't get caught up too much in the batch hype. Just get your hands on some, try it, see if you like it. There's people that swear by this, and this is their signature scent. They have multiple bottles, multiple different batches. It's sought after. It's fantastic, even in 2020. And that's Creed Aventus. Well, guys, that was the 7. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. This was all based off of popularity. I love all 7 of these fragrances. That's why I own all 7 of these fragrances. And they've made a lot of videos for me because they're some of my favorite fragrances. And it's not just me. That is the overall consensus for these fragrances. Even in 2020, some of these that have been out for years now are still that good, still highly sought after, and still worth owning, and are staples in any man's fragrant collection. Until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 7 that were discussed here today and you give them a spray now, very confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.
Pete, this is not a drill.